Hey everyone, Maurice here. Hey, today we're going to flatten this amazing walnut burl slab that I purchased from Deadwood Sawmill. This is going to be a dining room table for my parents, so I am super excited to get this project started. And I'm end up probably going to split this up into three different videos. One, the flattening video. The second will be the epoxy pour, and then finally an overall montage just to document the entire build process. So again, I'm super excited to start this, but man, did I just completely underestimate the size and the magnitude of what I'm trying to get into. Hey, if you haven't yet, or if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and definitely turn those notifications on. All right, so before I get started, definitely watch the entire video. Later on, I have a major announcement. I ended up securing this really major partnership with an epoxy company. I am super excited about it. They gave me some discounted codes for you guys, so definitely don't miss out on that. All right, I'm not gonna lie, I completely underestimated just the sheer mass of this slab. Overall dimensions, right around 56 inches in diameter, 3.5 inches thick, and it's heavy. And my biggest challenge wasn't just lifting this thing onto the table, but finding a router sled that had the width required to actually flatten this the entire slab. So I scoured the internet looking through a whole bunch of different companies, different router sleds, and I ended up stumbling on one that met my requirement. And I'll leave a link in the description with the rest of the tools that I used, but this one was a quarter of the price of all the competitors that didn't meet the 60-inch requirement that I wanted. There was some limitations though, one being it didn't have an adjustable height for depth of cut, and the other thing, it didn't have a bracket for the router. But everything arrived as expected. The brackets were okay quality. The wheels were actually pre-installed, which actually was a plus. And the rail system was pretty rigid. So overall, I was pretty pleased. Overall assembly time probably took about 10 minutes. That's installing the rails, building the bracket for my router, and then getting this set into the rail system that I built for it. All right, so the bracket's done. I started concentrating on how I was going to build the track system for the sled to slide against. The easiest way I could figure was just to use the offcuts of the melamine. I ended up cutting them into 2-inch strips, and I ended up going 2 layers above the original base. This gave me the adjustability to take away each layer when my depth of cut on my router maxed out. So I played around with it for a little bit. I just wanted to make sure nothing was binded. Everything was smooth left to right on the track system. I did notice a little bit of deflection, but again, at the center point with 60 inches across, it's going to flex. And the most important thing is I just took my time. I did a little bit of test cuts. I made sure my depth of cut wasn't taking an extreme amount of material off on each side. And so again, yeah, I just took my time. And the dust collection system, that was kind of a joke. That thing did absolutely nothing other than just take some really fine dust and suck it up. But everything else just, it went everywhere. My entire garage is covered in walnut dust. Eventually I'll take a blower and I'll blow all that stuff out. But it was shocking just to see how much material just kind of just went everywhere. All right, so to get everything flat, each side, I ended up taking a total combined about 1.25 inches. This left me with roughly 2.25 inches workable material. One to do the epoxy pour and then sand and do all that. My final goal for the thickness of this table is going to be 2 inches. And I think I left enough. I double checked the measurements for this thing, and I was right at 2.25, which was perfect. That's exactly what I was shooting for. I didn't see a whole lot of lines and crevices and mismatch on these cuts. Everything was pretty uniform. So overall, I was extremely happy with how this flattening went. After that, I spent the next probably 2.5 hours just cleaning my shop, vacuuming, sweeping. I have dust everywhere. And but again, that was to be expected. I just didn't think I didn't realize it was going to be that much. Again, during the series, I'm going to learn a ton. This is the first table that I'm going to build, and so I'm really excited just to experiment and just, there's not a set way. There is, but there isn't, on how to build these tables. I'm going to apply my train of thought on this. But the biggest thing is what this walnut burl actually looks like. So I had to wet it and just see exactly what this grain looked like. Austin sent me a couple pictures of his, and I got just super excited. And I was just dying to see what this looked like. And I was not disappointed. There is so much burl, curl, different types of textures, colors. This wood is phenomenal. My parents are going to be super pleased with this. All right, so I think it's time. So I ended up signing a sponsorship with Super Clear. They make the liquid glass epoxy kit. They do the deep pour, the tabletop. They are a premium company, and I am super pleased about this. They gave me a 5% stackable discount code for all my viewers. So if you're watching this and you're going to order some epoxy and you want to do liquid glass, highly recommend. They gave a 5% discount code. So you just type in Erickson5. That's stackable with all the other discount purchases that you have within your order. So super awesome. Really happy that I have a quality company that is sponsoring me. And yeah, cheers. And I'll see you on the next video. All right, guys. Thanks.